Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. We have hit 5,150 subscribers, so it's time for another episode. We do these at 50 subscriber intervals now. That was the adjustment that I made, I think last time. I don't remember. But Sakaki is being attacked, which was the whole order from her dad to strike fear in her or some convoluted dumbass shit. With Yuuji being the bodyguard, and they've been attacking, not every day, maybe every day, I don't know, but she has been targeted a lot more. She's been relying on Yuuji, even so she told him that she doesn't care, but it's quite obvious that she does care, so I think that's where we're at in this. I don't want to just go out and say I don't remember exactly what happened last time. It has been a while, and I guess that is the downside to this uploading format, but you know what, whatever, we'll just continue on. It's 2019 now. I started uploading and recording the Fruit of Grisaia back in 2016, so boy am I taking my time with finishing this game. But I believe they are interrogating Sakaki now because they don't understand what's going on with her and Yuuji, what the whole situation is.
おかえり、どうだった？ユージは。はい、説明には成功しました。私たちの思惑についても一切口外はしていません。了解。じゃあ、さっちゃんもそこに座って。はい。一体どういうことか説明してくださらないかしら。そうね。どこから説明したらいいものか。まさか。ちゃんとした理由もないまま読んだんじゃないでしょうね、あなたたちは。
I'm just gonna point out that things seem like a little loud, so I'm gonna go into the sound settings and I'm just gonna lower the voice by 1, just because it seemed a little teeny tiny bit loud. Maybe that was just me. Who knows?
そんなことないってば。ちゃんと理由があって読んだのは間違いないって。ただまさかこんな大行な形で呼ぶことになっちゃうとは思わなくてね。
I thought it was a little loud in the voice section there because I'd glance over to the OBS and see that things were just a little loud on the desktop whenever people were talking, and that ain't right.
落ち着いてください、榊さん。私たちもできるだけ穏便にことを進めたいと思ってこういう手段を取ったまでです。あなたたちの言う穏便っていうのは薬で眠らせた挙句両手両足を縛った上で椅子に拘束することを言うの？サチに何が何でも連れてこいって言ったのがまずかったのよさ。あんたね、そんなこと言ったらこうなるってことぐらいわかるでしょ普通。榊さんを支障なくこの部屋に呼ぶ、その条件下においてできる限りの方法を選択したつもりだったのですが、そこで薬染み込ませたハンカチを吸わせる方に考えがいくんだから、本当に恐ろしいわね、サチって。もういいわよ。経緯はどうだっていいからさっさと要件を済ませてくださらないかしら。はい、じゃあ始めさせていただきますわね。なんで私がこんな下手に出なきゃいけないのよ。まだ何か？いや全然。珍しい。アマネーがちょっと引いてるのよさ。なんか蛇対ハブって感じでどっちも迫力満点だけどね。みちる様、私ごときが差し出がましいかもしれませんが。
Yeah, I was gonna say something there, but
もう分かってるわよ。ハブもヘビの仲間だって言いたいんでしょ。分かってるわよ。ニュアンスよ。漢字で受け取りなさいよ。
let me create a metaphor, but let me create a metaphor that doesn't make any sense or add to anything.
はい、わかりました。漢字で受け取ります。ハブだってヘビだって構いません。いいんだってよ。よかったな、チルチル。ムカつく。ムカつくわ。あのね、あんたたちうるさい。
Thank you.
まだなのかしら。ごめん。じゃあ改めて。 単刀直入に聞くわね。榊さん、あなたユージと今現在どういう関係にあるわけ？
An unfortunate one.
関係？ここしばらくあなたとユージが外に出かけた際、必ずと言っていいほどユージがいかにも何かあったって感じで帰ってくるの。
Well, he's definitely not just sitting on the couch, crossing his legs and grinning like a fucking fool. He just got done beating the shit out of people that tried to kill him and her.
でもさ、あいつに聞いたとこで絶対に何も答えてなんかくれなくてね。それであなたに聞こうと思って。別にね、あなたとユージが何か特別な関係になったとかなら、私もそれはあなたたちのことだし、介入するつもりなんかないの。
Yeah, I strongly doubt that.
ただ、もし何か別の事情があるんだったら話してくれないかなって思ったの。まあほら、なんだかんだ言ってもうちら6人しかいないわけじゃん。その中であんまし分かりやすく目に見えるような秘密抱えてても気持ち悪いかなって。榊さんが一人でそういうの抱える人なのはわかるけど、今回はもう一人噛んでるしさ。それで
そう、あくまでも目的は風見くんなのね。
今何か言った？
別に。理由は父の依頼よ。風見くんが私の周りについているのは護衛するため。他には何の理由もないわ。
お父さんの？
そうよ。スオさん、あなたはご存知よね、うちの父のことは。
まあそりゃあね、うちのお父ちゃんとこのお得意さんだし、ここに入学する際にもいろいろあったし。
ならば私の実家のこともお分かりよね。
うん。で、その流れで言うと、護衛が必要な件って、つまりは榊さんを。
そう、略取誘拐などの脅威から守るために、私が一人で行動する際、そばについて行動を共にする。トラブルが起こった際には実力でこれを排除する。
マジであるのね、そんなとんでもない話が。
まあユミちゃんの家は半端ねえ金持ちだもんな。ありえるのよさ。
そうなの？それってどのレベルなの？わかりやすくケルペソとかで説明してくれない？
みちる様、何ですかその価値基準は。
ケルペソあんじゃん、原液。白くてぬるたいの。あれと水の比率を測ればその家のリッチさがわかるって聞いたことないの？
No. No.
みちる様、幸はこの小峰幸は寂しゅうございます。
なんでよ。ちょっとなんで寂しいのか答えなさいよ。ね、そういう実家小ネタは後にしなさいな。今榊さんに質問を。ケルペソ、うちは10対1だったな。水が10でケルペソ1。さっちゃん、みちるの口に何か突っ込んどいて。
わかりました。みちる様、飴を差し上げましょう。
榊さんの事情は今の説明で分かったけど、で、それにどうしてユージが関係してくるの？
風見くんの仕事は国が関係してるそうよ。それが理由のようだけど、私にも細かい事情まではわからないわ。
Yeah, garbage collection really isn't a part of the national interest.
国って公務員とかそういう仕事なのかな？
そこまではわからないわ。聞いてもはぐらかされるし。
He literally just runs away.
公務員、それで護衛等が関係するとなると何でしょうか。 SP、 警察とか？
ありえるのよさ。お兄ちゃんのあのインチキな体力と年齢に見合わない経験は、そういう修羅場をいかにもくぐってそうなのよ。
何やだそれ。私逮捕されたらどうしよう。 みちる様、まだ警察官だと決まったわけではありませんよ。
なんだチルチル、もう飴舐め終わったのか。舐めるの早いな。舌力強え。
ちょっと、人がいかにもフェラがうまいような言い方しないでよね。あと、警察ってマジなの？みんな怖くないの？逮捕するってユージが言ったら一巻の終わりなのよ。ねえ。さっちゃん、口。はい。みちる様、サンドイッチをどうぞ。
Wait, where is she getting the sandwich? Where the hell did she get that sandwich? That is a full-on sandwich.
チルチルってフェラうまいのか。こりゃユミちゃんもうかうかしてられねえよな。ユミちゃんの得意な正義って何？
あなたの質問には一切答えるつもりはないけど、それ以前に私と風見くんはそういう関係じゃないし、そもそも興味もないんだから関連づけるのはやめてくださらないかしら。
おーいおーい、このお客さんまだ白切る気ですよボス。あんな悪いけど姉ちゃんがあいつに惚れてるってネタは山ほど上がってんだかんな。
もうそっちの話しちゃうの？急じゃない？
Gotta make things interesting
い
somehow.
いって、もうゲロってもらいやしょうぜボス。このままノラクラと世間話の延長やってたとこでこの姉ちゃんの口はちっとも開きそうにねえし。
ボスって何よ。まあいいわ。じゃあ始めよっか。第2部。
何？ネタって。あと第2部って何よ？
サッチン、例のものを床にぶちまけてやんな。
はい、そーれ。
これは
フーデレユミちゃん、照れ始めるのず。
私の写真。いつの間にこんな。
これは寮の入り口ですね。出かけようとする榊さんを捉えました。靴を履きながらも少し前に立っている風見さんの姿を目で追って、おや、少し眠いのでしょうか。何とも言えない表情です。口も半分ほど開いていますね。
何を失礼な。ロープをほどきなさい。あと写真を。
そしてこれは河川敷から帰る最中。少し後ろを歩く風見さんの方を横目で見ながら物憂げな表情を浮かべています。この顔の赤さは決して夕焼けのせいだけではない。それはきっと。やめなさい。やめ。これはつい先日撮影されたものですが、体に触れようとしているのに触れられないもどかしげな様子が中途半端に伸ばされた手の様子に見て取れます。しかし何よりもこの表情、見てください。もはやことが済んでしまったかのような。
Damn, that's fucked.
お分かりの通り、これはもう恋する乙女の顔ですね。
So I guess after saving her so many times, Yuuji has become, I guess, the center of Sakaki's mind.
実際この写真以外にも撮影者によっていろいろと証拠は握られているわ。
指揮者に見せればもう突っ込まれててもおかしくないでしょうってコメントくるで、こりゃ
何？突っ込んでるって何を？みちる様、いつまでもそのようなみちる様でいてくださいね。
I wouldn't say that at all. I don't want her to stay like that forever. I want her to not like. I don't want her to be like this.
だから
Please.
何なのよそれって。私マジでわかんないんだけど。口。はい、みちる様、ジュースです。
Holy shit.
まあともかくこれだけすでにネタは上がってんの。これ以上の抗弁は見苦しいだけだと思うけどね、榊由美子さん。認めなさい。あなたは風見雄二に惚れてる。間違いないわね。
Well, I mean, who hasn't? We all have. All of you have, right?
卑怯よ。あなたたち卑怯だわ。こんな隠し撮りしてまで私のことを笑い物にしたかったの。それは私だってコミュニケーションを取ろうとしなかったし、あなたたちとも距離を置いて生活はしていたけど、だけどそれにしてもこうなるって。
いや、笑い物にする気とかないんだけど。いや、だから最初にも言ったじゃない。もし榊さんとユージがそういう関係とかだったら、私たちが変に邪魔しちゃうと悪いからさ、むしろちゃんと確認した上で陰ながら応援でもできればって思ってたのよ。
申し訳ありません。どうしても外側から見る限りでは確証が持てなかったので、少々荒っぽい方法ではありましたが、ご本人に確認を取らせていただきました。
これでユミコがユージに対してどう思ってるのかが分かったし、それならそうとして動きやすくはなるよね。
まあこれ見せてどういう反応すっかみんな楽しみにはしてたけどな。
Okay.
てーなあ、マネ。
どういうわけなの、榊さん。
そうなの。
分かってもらえたのならオッケ
でもやっぱりその気遣いは無用よ。
ー。
だって私から風見くんへの気持ちなんて所詮は一方通行だから。
ユミちゃん。
風見くんに聞いたのよ。なんでそうまでして守ってくれるのかって。そしたら返ってきた答えは仕事だから。
So she was actually expecting a because I love you sort of answer, not a yeah, I was hired to do this sort of answer.
まあ当然よね。そういう経緯でもない限りは私みたいなののために体張って守るなんてありえないもの。でも嬉しかったのよ。今まで誰かに守ってもらったことなんて一度もなかったから。たとえ仕事とはいえ自分を守ってもらえるってだけですごく嬉しかった。風見くんには迷惑な話でしょうけどね。自分でもこの感情が何かなんてわからないし、どうしたらいいかもわからないわ。今はせめて風見くんの体を言葉で気遣うぐらいしかできない。それもまあ一方通行みたいだけど。
榊さんはさ、誰か好きになったこととかないの？
あるならこんなカッターを振り回す不愛想な女になってはいないわ。
I mean, that's a valid point.
ごめん、辛いこと聞いちゃったわね、私たち。
別にいいわよ。元から滑稽な話だもの。
まあでもそうとなればあの鈍感には少しぐらいは榊さんの魅力について教えてあげないといけないわよね。よーし。
だな。ユミちゃん基本的にガタイは抜群だし、お兄ちゃんが溜まってそうな時にケツでも振れば一発なのよさ。
だから
はい、全くその通りだと思います。風見さんは自らの前に置かれた最上の末膳に早く気づくべきですし、膳もまた食べてもらいたいと望んでいるわけですから。
Okay.
ご飯の準備なんていつ終わったの？ねえサチ。
ちょっと、だからあなたたち何かとんでもないことを風見くんに言うつもりじゃ。
Bye, I guess.
で、私は一体いつこれをほどいてもらえるの
？Back to the normal grind now.
風見くん。
What's wrong?
じろじろと人の体を見るのやめてくれないかしら。
Right, My apologies. A certain individual directed me to observe you more carefully, you see. Couldn't go about it any other way.
そのとある人物について詳細を聞かせてもらえないかしら。
Sorry, but I've been sworn to silence.
ならば誰が絡んでいるのかは一切話さなくていいわ。その中止する部分や内容について詳しく聞かせていただけないかしら。
Not sure that would be such a good idea either. I have a feeling that the answer might irritate you somewhat. But if you're really that interested in hearing someone else's groundless speculation regarding your physical characteristics...
いいわ。それで十分理解したから。
I see. In that case, I'll continue my observations.
理解したからってあなたがジロジロ見ることにまで許可を与えたつもりはないわよ。
That's so? My apologies.
まったく協力どころか結局笑い物にしてるだけじゃないの。
What's with all the heavy sighs?
なんでもないわよ。なんでもないわよ。もう。
What on earth is going on around here anyway? Ah. Back to the political side of things. Oh. Hello, angry sir.
おっしゃった通りのことを実行しているまでですが。
とてもそうは思えないのだがね。私は由美子の気持ちを変えるために自作自演を行って身の危険を演出することにした。
認識しております。
ところがどうだ。実際はあなたの飼い犬が危機を演出するどころか、うまい具合に失敗しなければいけないボディーガードを完璧に実行している。そんなことでは由美子の気持ちは実家にではなく、その飼い犬の方に向くのは明白ではないか。
作戦は徹底しております。ですが私どもは探偵や役者ではありませんので、そんな細かいところまで空気を読んで行動すること等は不可能です。
スパイ活動も平然と行うような赤坂絡みの犬がそんなことを言ったところで信憑性のかけらもない。ともかくもはや君たちを信頼することはできん。その風見雄二とかいう犬をすぐに作戦の前線から排除し、今後は一切関わらないように通達したまえ。
承知いたしました。
So I guess we're just gonna let Sakaki get attacked? I guess that's the direction we're going in? Perfect, lovely. I love it when things just go that direction. What was that?
言った通りよ。聞こえたでしょ?
The return call from JB I'd been waiting for has finally arrived, but instead of the information I wanted, she's brought me a whole new world of trouble.
聞こえなかったのならもう一度言うわ。風見雄二、機関の榊由美子護衛の任を解き、今後は一切本作戦に関わらぬよう通達する。今度こそ聞こえた?
Yeah. I don't have the slightest clue what's going on here. First, they dumped the job of guarding my classmate on me without even providing half the details. Now they cancel it just as abruptly, even ordering me to stay out of the matter entirely. You're not going to tell me the reason?
本作戦においてはその通りよ。
JB.
ダメ。今回ばかりはどう甘えても教えられないの。いろいろな事情が重なっててね。ユージにもわかるでしょ。なんだか気な臭い話だってことぐらいは。
Do those circumstances have something to do with the bizarre behavior of the people attacking Sakaki for the last week?
答えられないんだってば。
No matter how you look at it, their attack plan is just absurd. They're unbelievably sloppy and they don't learn from their mistakes, almost as if they're handicapping themselves. It's completely unnatural in every respect.
あのね、ユージ。
Also, you just told me not to involve myself with this operation going forward. Seems a little overblown to refer me to guarding Sakaki as an op, wouldn't you say? Come on, JB.
私からは何も言えないわ。ただ、本作戦に関わるなというのは正当な命令よ。
I see. So there really is something worthy of being called an operation going on here.
切るわよ。
Thanks, JB. I love you.
こんなタイミングで言われても嬉しくないわよ。
With this grumpy farewell, she abruptly hangs up on me. After gazing at the cell phone as it emits a droning dial tone for a moment, I snap the device shut and slide it back into my breast pocket. There's no doubt that someone's arranging these threatening movements in Sakaki's vicinity. I'm fairly confident that it's not a simple matter of some group of criminals looking to carry her off for some financial objective. This is clearly something much more complicated. But at the current stage, all I've got to work on are the scraps of information JB gave me. Worse, I was just pulled off the job itself. Orders from the main office are absolute. I'm no longer Sakaki's bodyguard. That's a fact, and there isn't a thing I can do about it. However, the girl's clearly in some form of danger. I'm not willing to overlook that, no matter what my employer expects of me. Sakaki's not a stranger to me anymore. Not to say that I've developed feelings of this sort that would entertain our voyeuristic doormates. She's a classmate and someone I've spent a lot of time with lately, and that's all. But at the very least, I don't intend to just abandon the girl when she needs my help. Anyway, an operation, huh? JB's clearly under a professional obligation not to divulge the details. By making that so clear, however, she gave me crucial grounds for speculation. Most likely, the decision to remove me was made over JB's opposition, but she couldn't provide any information about that either. In other words, people she can't discuss with me are involved in the planning. The strange behavior of the assailants, my sudden dismissal, and this mysterious operation. Every major clue I have suggests that this is going to become a huge pain in the ass. For the time being, I guess I'll report it in to Sakaki. When I give Sakaki the rough outline of the situation, her face fills with a surprisingly clear expression of dismay. It was just decided today. They gave me official notice by phone, so I'm already off the job. Sorry about following you around all this time. It was my job, so I didn't have any choice. Think you can forgive me? Sakaki's tone of voice suggests she couldn't care less about the particular detail at the moment. I'm sure you're aware, Sakaki, but just because I've been pulled from this assignment doesn't mean that the threat has passed. From now on, you need to be keeping a watchful eye on your surroundings whenever you go out. Constantly monitor everything that's going on within a 30-meter radius for signs of danger. Also, I've been removed from my position as her bodyguard, but they didn't restrict me from lecturing her to prepare for future threats. Not that they would have approved if I had asked for permission, of course. That's part of the reason I didn't press JB too hard for specific details. So that's the basic outline, but... Sakaki? Sakaki? That's no good. You really need to listen to me this time, alright? After all, next time something happens, you're going to be the one protecting yourself. I patiently repeat my self-defense lecture from the top. Not sure if the girl's actually listening this time, but she's certainly got a serious expression on her face. Seems to be thinking something over very intently. And that's all I have to say. I finished my explanation. Deciding to wrap this up for the moment, I look straight into Sakaki's eyes and continue. From now on, we'll be back to just classmates. Sakaki doesn't offer a clear reaction. Far from typical. Deciding not to stretch this out, I turn my back on her, just mid-sentence, turn our back on her, and begin to walk toward my room. Not a bare minimum, and I've told her what to watch out for. She'll probably be on guard for a while, and I'm planning to keep an eye on her from a greater distance than before, providing coincidental help when necessary. In some respects, this should actually make it easier for me to take action compared to when I was specifically acting as a close protection bodyguard. I don't know if JB read this far ahead when she dropped those hints over the phone, but for the moment I think I've reached a respectable compromise solution that doesn't violate the letter of my orders. But my satisfaction proves short-lived.
待って、
Just as I'm taking my second step, she calls out to me from behind. Hmm? When I turn back, Sakaki's still facing me. She stands with her legs spread wide, her head hanging slightly, not far enough to hide the intense anguished expression on her face. Both of her hands are clenched tightly into trembling fists. 10-odd seconds of silence pass before she finally opens her mouth to continue.
Kazami-kun, あなた、私を守ってくれてたのは仕事だから。
Yeah, that I did.
そう、わかったわ。それじゃ。
She swallows softly, then looks me in the eye.
私、あなたを雇うわ。護衛として。
Hmm? Okay. And just like that, Sakaki Yumiko's fired right back with a complete surprise of her own. Say what?
聞こえなかったのかしら。ならばもう一度言うわ。
Taking a page out of a certain shaggy-headed blonde's book, Sakaki repeats herself, clearly enunciating, every syllable.
あなたを私、榊由美子の護衛として雇います。
This is about the last thing I was expecting. Didn't Sakaki hate having me following her around all the time? To be sure, she's softened up noticeably over the last week or so. When I was lightly wounded in the course of duty as her bodyguard, she even showed some honest concern on my behalf. That said, the girl always had fundamental problems with the nature of my protection. I'd approached this on the assumption she disapproved of being guarded in the first place. Are you serious?
私が冗談を言えるような人間ではないことぐらい、あなたも分かっているでしょう。
Under the circumstances, I couldn't help wondering. But anyway, I'm pretty damn expensive. You sure about this?
普段無駄遣いをしていないから貯金はあるの。そうでなくても、どこかの誰かがそういうものには不自由しないようにしてくれているわ。
Perhaps because it's not money she earned herself, Sakaki's tone of voice takes on a hint of self-ridicule. At any rate, it seems perfectly clear that this is no joke. She really means it. Alright then, I'll accept that request.
そう。ありがとう。では早速、これから以前のようによろしく頼むわね。
Compared to a minute before, Sakaki's expression seems to have regained a bit of vigor. You alright with me approaching this the same way as before?
ええ。それがどうかしたのかしら。
Well, I'd be fundamentally trying to be aware of your movements at all times, even when you're doing things generally regarded as shameful or embarrassing. Just wondering if that's really alright with you.
そういうところは配慮しなさい。
Seems like she really has gotten a bit of her spirit back.
とにかくこれまでと同じように振る舞ってちょうだい。それだけよ。
Immediately after throwing these words in my direction, Sakaki turns away and begins stomping loudly up the stairs. Probably headed to the rooftop again, I'd guess. Judging from the flow of the conversation, I think it'd be best to give her a little time to herself. Ah, shit. For the time being, I suppose we'll resume this afternoon. Half of a smirking female face pokes out from around the corner in a clearly deliberate way. Amane?
いやー、さっきから一部始終を聞いててほんとどうなっちゃうんだろうって思ったけど、なんかいい方に転がってよかったわね。
Were you eavesdropping the whole time?
失礼ね、偶然よ。通りかかって耳に入ってきたから仕方なく聞いてただけだってばねえ、さっちゃん。はい、偶然です。それ以外に言いようがありません。
Even Sachi? Maybe it was a coincidence that they were passing by, but I think listening to the entire conversation may have had something to do with their personal curiosity. What with the way they kept striking up bizarre conversations about Sakaki the other day, I've got the distinct feeling these people are up to something. Especially Amane.
しかし、榊さんも意外と思い切ったことやっちゃう子なのね。お姉さんびっくりしちゃった。
You really shouldn't keep playing up your age like that, even as a gag. You'll get wrinkles.
うっさいわ。で、私のことはともかくとして、なんかいいわね。個人的なボディーガードとかさ、ねえ。エロい空気がプンプン漂ってるのよさ。
I guess the whole fucking squad is here. Yep, there it is.
エロい。細かいことはよくわかんないけど。
Every last one of you was listening in. I felt some doubts in this regard before, but could it be that these people have too much time on their hands? I've shared dorms with female colleagues before, but they use their off days studying intensely or throwing themselves into personal training, just like everyone else. By comparison, I can't help thinking these girls suffer from a chronic lack of productive uses for their time. You people can think of whatever, or you guys can think whatever you want, but the fact is Sakaki's got some very complicated personal circumstances that warrant protection. It's not something you should be laughing.
はいはい、わかってますよーだ。でもその全知全能のユージ様でもわかんない事情だってあるんですからね。
Say what? You're saying the intelligence I've gathered on Sakaki is incomplete? That's highly interesting. The moment I speak those words, 4 sets of eyes simultaneously narrow to reproachful slits, overflowing with pure scorn, are the eyes of people who've just lost all respect for someone. Okay, what's with the look?
ユージには一生つかめない情報かもね。ひょっとしたら。
風見さんにはこの部分においてはですが、本当に失望しています。
まあ、お兄ちゃんは穴があって突っ込んでればそれで満足ってタイプだから仕方ねえんだけどな。チルチルもそう思うだろ。
そうよ、この人参。あんたなんか突っ込んでればそれでいいのよ。
Carrot?
いや、ほら、そういうのって人参とか突っ込むんじゃないの？
You know, there's actually people out there that like Michiru, who think that she is best girl in this entire series. And then you just gotta show them one of these lines and completely debunk any argument that they throw at you about this.
みちる様、どうかお気を確かに。
こりゃとんでもないところから爆弾がいらっしゃったのよさ。
ちょっと待ってよ。今はユージの話してたんでしょ。なんで人参の話出した途端に私いじりになってんのよ。
みちる様、みちる様。
バナナも人参もありだ。チルチルもなかなかチャレンジャーなのよさ。
うるせえな、もう。ってあれ、ユージどっか行っちゃった。
I guess we just fucking got up and left. Having successfully passed through the storm of frenzied, meaningless excitement, I make my way back to the lobby alone. Sinking deeply into the sofa, I think back over my conversation with Sakaki. Sure didn't see that one coming, excuse me. I'm still having a hard time wrapping my head around it. I mean, for the first couple days there, the girl was so furious about being guarded that she dusted off her treasured sword, the legendary box cutter of wrath. Maybe she just realized that she's in real danger here? When threatened by a mysterious menace, it's only natural to grow uncertain and fearful. At present, I suppose I'm the only means she has to relieve that anxiety even a little. From that perspective, I guess it's reasonable enough. Sakaki's basically a rational person. I can understand how she'd swallow her pride and make this choice after carefully weighing the alternatives. Whatever the case may be, I now have her approval. And that should make it easier to continue protecting her, as I'd planned from the start. No need to look a gift horse in the mouth. Wait, no need to look a gift horse in the mouth. Never heard that expression before. Since she's hired me, I'll have to earn my salary. Pushing myself up off the sofa, I glance down at my watch. There's still plenty of time before Sakaki will be heading out to draw her pictures. Guess I'll go run for a while. The threats are getting steadily stronger, and I'm not getting backup. That just means I'll have to intensify my training to match. After a light warm-up, I slap my hands together in the entrance, and then push my way out the front door at a jog. And today, as usual, our mysterious friends make their appearance. However, something's clearly different this time. From the moment they spot me, the men seem oddly flustered. Many of them appear to have gotten cold feet. One or two take out cell phones and try to contact someone. Wonder where they heard a thing like that. I've gotten a feeling this might have something to do with JB's evasiveness earlier. Whatever the case, the men take it much longer than usual to approach me. Well, I'm sure that ended well for them. When they finally managed to spur themselves to action, their strategy was as confused as always. Even more so, really. None of them seemed eager to take the lead. They're so sloppy that you'd think they were trying to fail. Sakaki calls out timidly from behind me, slowly opening her eyes. Yeah, but something was definitely off this time. Sakaki looks up at me with an expression of pure bewilderment. These constant attacks must be causing the girl more than enough worry. Adding their unclear, suspicious motives to the equation would probably only upset her further. Hard to say. It sounded like they might be the case. Or that might be, yeah, it sounded like that might be the case, but there's no way to know if they were trying to mislead us. After brushing off a little dust, I indicate let's go with a slight movement of my head, as we slowly climb up the slope leading away from the riverbank. I think long and hard about our enemies. I just can't figure out their objective. It's obviously connected to Sakaki, but their attacks are far too sloppy for this to be a real kidnapping job. And that phrase they used again today. This isn't what we signed up for. They clearly knew I was taken off the job, which suggests a connection to Ichigaya, my original client in this matter. Just what is this? Still unsatisfied, I clamber my way up the road. Across from the setting sun, the world's already grown dark and murky. Something in the air suggests an approaching storm. Might have to take countermeasures before the rain starts to fall in earnest. Back to the political side of things. Hello, slightly angered man. And slightly angered woman.
何か申し開きすることはあるかね。
私どもに後ろ暗い話など一切ございませんが。
とぼけるのもいい加減にしたまえ。あなた方に排除するよう申し付けた例の風見何がしとかいうチンピラ。相変わらず由美子の周りでうろちょろしているそうではないか。しかも私の立てた計画においてもことごとく邪魔ばかりしている。これでもなお何もしていないというなどずうずうしいにも程があるだろう。
私は正式に風見雄二に対して護衛の任を解くよう伝えました。当組織の規律及び当人の性格から命令違反は考えられません。
ではこの状況を一体どう説明するというのだ。
推測ではありますが、風見雄二が由美子さんの護衛を解く際、本人にその旨を伝達したのではないかと思われます。その上で不安に思った由美子さんから個人的なものとして風見雄二に護衛をする旨の依頼があったのではないだろうかと。
仮にそのようなことがあったとしても断るのが当然だろう。
それは社長のおっしゃる当然です。私はその当然を先日お伺いした際に尋ねられなかったので、そのようにしなかっただけです。
そのようなお子様の論理が通るとでも思っているのか。
子供でも大人でも約束や命令は絶対だと私どもは考えます。
もういい。帰りたまえ。
はい、失礼します。
娘の件だが、市ヶ谷の連中が妙な動きをするようになった。
いかがいたしましょうか。
腕の立つ人間を揃えてくれ。多少荒っぽいことをしても構わん。
わかりました。妨害する者への排除について生死は問わないと捉えてよろしいでしょうか。
Uh-oh.
ああ、仮にそうなったとしても問題はない。存分にやれ。
了解いたしました。少々お時間をいただくかとは思います。
急いでくれ。準備が整うまでは襲撃も一旦休止しろ。
はい、ではそのように。
おとなしく従っていればいいものを読み込め。
Things are about to get interesting. It's been several days since I came into Sakaki's employ. Strangely enough, they've been largely peaceful. That confused encounter immediately after she hired me was the last time those people tried anything. That doesn't mean they've given up, of course. More likely they've withdrawn for the moment to prepare a more decisive move and can afford to be a little less vigilant, but I'm careful not to let my guard down entirely. Come to think of it, why are you always wearing the school uniform? We're on vacation, so normally you'd wear casual clothes every once in a while. I was just wondering if there was some reason you don't.
それは緑に私服姿で辺りをうろうろするものではないわ。そういうのは素行の良くない子がすることでしょ。
Then I guess everyone else in our school is a juvenile delinquent in the making, huh?
他の子たちは知らないわ。私は前の学園でそう教えられたからそうしているだけ。人にそれを押し付けるようなつもりもないわ。
I can respect that. I see. Sakaki's grown calm enough to humor me with pointless small talk of this sort. She seems much less tense after several days without violent interruption. Probably because there's no need for constant worriness. The movement of her pencil appears to have grown smoother as well. All of a sudden, her hand stops moving. With a brief exhalation of breath, she glances over at me out of the corner of her eye. What's wrong? You notice something? Turning her face away at my words, Sakaki curls her body forward over her sketchbook. Her voice is almost small enough to be lost in the wind, but I hear it clearly enough. What was that?
あなたがこうして護衛してくれるから、安心して絵に集中することができるわ。
Sakaki?
いや、というよりも、あなたがいるから。というわけでもないのだけれど。
This is suspicious.
また何か。
Well, I mean, a thank you like this from Sakaki of all people. Don't tell me. Is that why nothing's been happening the last few days?
Huh?
I see, it all fits. Sakaki's already been kidnapped, and the person sitting in front of me is an imposter. A classic trick. But you just gave yourself away. What have you done with Sakaki? If you're not planning to talk, I'm prepared to...
私はここにいるわよ。ボケるのもいい加減にしてちょうだい。
Sakaki, is that you after all?
今の一言で気づくとか、本当にバカにしてるのね。
What do you mean by that? I'm only considering every possible scenario, so I can respond to minor abnormalities before.
もういいわよ。お仕事お疲れ様ね。
What are you so angry about? She seemed to be in an unusually good mood just a minute ago, but now she's in full sulk mode. For all the severe lectures I've received from JB and the others regarding the treatment of women, it seems I still have a great deal of room for improvement when it comes to interactions with females in my own age group. You know what, just in general, keep up the good work, I guess. Or the improvements. Sighing ruefully, I close my eyes for a moment. Honestly, if only the sky would give me a little advance warning, I wouldn't get struck by lightning at such random moments. A plop of water against my forehead brings me back to reality. I raise my head and look up at the sky. Seriously? At some point, it's filled up with angry gray rain clouds. I had noticed it was looking a little overcast, but I hadn't expected such a sudden dramatic turn for the worse. For a moment, I consider attributing the abrupt storm to Sakaki's out-of-character remarks, disturbing the balance of the universe, but I have the feeling she wouldn't appreciate the gag. Sakaki immediately begins to push her art supplies back into her tote bag, but the rain, indifferent of our concerns, rapidly intensifies. Off we go, I suppose. With a slightly archaic expression that reveals her for the avid reader she is, Sakaki accurately forecasts an unfortunate future. Guess there's nothing for it. Let's wait this out over there. I point at the bridge that stands comparatively nearby. It was just part of the scenery up until now, but at the moment it's our best option for a shelter from the rain. Yeah, come on, I think it's best it'd be best to run. What lovely puddle sounds. Sound like a freaking dog licking up water. Leading Sakaki along the river, I hurry to the bridge as the rain grows steadily stronger. She follows close behind, her bag protectively clutched to her chest. Having sprinted all out for 200 meters or so, Sakaki's completely out of breath by the time we reach shelter. You alright? You're breathing back to normal, then take a seat and rest for a while. The area under the bridge quickly falls into shadow. Even the faint light trickling through the cracks in the storm clouds can't reach us through the heavy iron above. Fortunately, since we're more or less in the country, there isn't much junk littering the area compared to what you'd find in a city. Sometimes an empty bottle or can rolls by on the river, but that's about it. Sakaki and I brush off a light layer of dirt from the bare concrete foundation of the bridge, then settle ourselves down to wait out the storm. As the girl at my side tries her best to wipe the water from her hair with a handkerchief, I examine the state of affairs outside. The streaks of rain have only grown larger and more frequent. There's no sign of it stopping anytime soon. The sky, slightly gray and cloudy only minutes ago, is already a sea of uninterrupted black. In a country town like this, they don't even light the streets properly. The area has already grown dark, as if to exacerbate our unease. Or however you're supposed to pronounce that. Sorry, I'm getting tired. And finally, there's the familiar roar, a sound that always seems to accompany summer downpours. Thunder can be a frightening thing. I had colleagues with experience on mountain rescue operations who'd cower nervously every time a storm rolled by. Judging from the sound, it's relatively close. Probably best not to move around too much at the moment. Guess we'll just have to kill some time here, Sakaki. Turning to my side, I try to make eye contact. She doesn't meet my gaze. Her throat moves. I can hear a faint gulp. Come to think of it, this girl had an unexpectedly fearful side. Should probably reassure her that it can't strike us here. But just as I'm opening my mouth to speak... Well, that's not great. That's not good at all. Damn. Alright. I guess we'll stop on this lovely scene here. Or maybe we should keep going. You know what? 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes for you guys. Sakaki Yumiko doesn't let other people touch her. And it's completely unthinkable that she'd touch them herself. When rain falls on her head, she brushes it off. When wind blows in her face, she forces her way stubbornly through it. That's the person I thought she was. And that's why this doesn't quite feel real to me. Especially after those strangely sweet words of thanks from before, it feels like I've stepped into some oddly realistic dream. I see. Seems you really are quite the scaredy cat, Sakaki. I understood quickly enough. It'd be easiest to pretend that was the reason. But the fact of the matter is, it's hard to blame this on her naturally fearful side. Something else seems to have taken hold of the young woman trembling in my arms. Something powerful and difficult to understand. Sakaki. It's still fairly warm out, but her clothes are wet with rain. Only natural that her body temperature would fall. I try to convince myself that's the only reason Sakaki's trembling, but it doesn't quite work. She finally speaks, wringing the words out of her throat. Her voice is frail and utterly weak in a way I never would have thought possible from the Sakaki I know. With that, the last of my strained explanations crumble. This is something new entirely, a side of her I've never seen before. Sakaki's cowering in terror, even menaced by thugs on a daily basis. Even when she couldn't completely hide her fear, she went about her business as usual. But that stubborn, prideful, resolute person seems to have melted away. All that's left is a frightened, trembling little girl clinging to me like a life preserver. A diesel locomotive passes overhead with a loud, sustained roar. The water that is gathered on top of the bridge rains down to either side. The very air around us seems to shake. But Sakaki doesn't react. She lies on top of my body, completely motionless except for her trembling, and waits for the thunder to pass. Not a problem. I can't bring myself to ask her anything. There was obviously something behind Sakaki's behavior, but it was such a strong reaction that it feels wrong to ask out of mere curiosity. The rain slaps heavily on the bridge above, the wind whistles loudly outside, sometimes driving water into us from the side. But now that the thunder has passed, Sakaki seems to be gradually regaining her calm. Cuddling close, Sakaki stares up into my eyes. I might look strong to you, but I've never thought of myself that way. On my own, huh? What is it? Go ahead. Yeah. I told you before, didn't I? If you want to talk, I'm willing to listen. Sakaki nods, and in that small, soft tone, she begins to tell me about herself. The rain shows no sign of letting up. Her quiet voice flows past me and dissolves into the deepening darkness. The weakness of those words seems to echo the fragility of the girl in my arms. Okay, well, I guess we're doing something different now. Maybe this is a flashback or something. Maybe she's telling us a story. I want to say that's the deal here. So we'll stop here. This is a much better place to stop. Yeah, okay, yeah, this has got to be like a flashback. This has got to be kind of like Amane's backstory. I'm guessing there's a backstory for Sakaki that I probably don't know about, because I don't know if they ever implemented anything like that into the anime, which was pretty much my only source for the story here. I only have a general idea of how it may... Actually, I don't really know how it might be different compared to the visual novel. That was the only thing I really didn't look into. It's a lot about these routes that I have not done here in the game that I don't know. Though I do know like the gist of the situations in order to move on and be okay with being spoiled. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. But yeah, I guess we'll end it here, and in another 50 subscribers, so that'll be at 5,200. We'll have yet another episode. I actually don't even know how long this route is. I don't know if it's as long as the others, but hopefully we'll be able to get through it. Not too many of these long episodes. But I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you for the subscriptions. I do appreciate it. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Gotta get that number up somehow. and I will see you all in the next episode.